Welcome back to Sean's show, everyone. Oh my God, thank you so much. I'm here with Connor behind the keys. Give it up for Connor, everyone. Thank you so much. He is back. He was actually, he was out last week because I was ODing. I was overdrafting. I was overdrafted, and Connor does not work for free, which I respect. You will never know what he looks like. He's a beautiful man. Thank you for joining Sean's show. We have so much to get to. Before we get started, please give me a review on Spotify. Review the show on Spotify. Follow the show. It really helps me get out to more people. This is obviously a protest show. We are recording this on the National Protest ICE Day. Now, usually we record on Thursdays, but when I heard about the protest, I actually moved the show recording to the protest day. And I did that to signal to everyone that you can protest. You can protest on your own time. You can protest when you're not working. Here's how I work. If you want to protest, okay, this is how every American corporation is like treating this National Protest Day. They go, hey, we support your right to protest when you get off of work. When you get off of work at 5 o'clock, you can clock out, and then you can go outside of ICE and you can protest after you make widgets for me for 9 hours. Once you are done with your shift making bicycle helmets at the factory in Oklahoma City, then you get to protest. Okay, that's if you want to protest, you have to file a PTO request 2 weeks before the designated protest time slot. Protests, as we all know, are scheduled. And they are dictated and coordinated like a meeting. It's a meeting. A protest is a big meeting. It's a meetup for all you pussies that have. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Welcome. No, we are. This show is a protest. We are. We're at work. This is work. This is labor. This is unpaid. I'm unpaid labor. So actually, this is a hobby. This is a hobby. I'm not. And by the way, I got welcome to the only comedy show left that has no sponsors and is not bought and sold by a politician on either side of the aisle. Okay, and I don't think I haven't been offered. I have been offered, guys. Give it up for me. I got a comment on my TikTok. Kalshi, you guys know Call. If you're a listener, if you're a regular listener, you know Kalshi, the betting platform, commented on one of my TikTok videos. And as you know, I am very anti-brand. And they commented on my video. And you know what a lot of comedians would have done? They would have DM'd Kalshi and they would have been like, hey, thanks for your interest in my show. Let's do a deal. You know what I did? Can you pull this up, Connor? We have an image that I've always wanted to use that I finally got to use. And I would encourage everyone to start using this image more. It's the meme Silence Brand. I want to bring this back. This is something that was like 10 years ago. Everyone used this. And then we all just open up our assholes for brands on the internet. Every time I open social media now, it's just CVS talking to Polymarket. And it's like, this is not social media. This is subliminal corporate marketing in your face. It should be like a laser. I think it's like a laser, something like that. But I had this. There's this image. So they commented on my video, and I replied with this image, and that's how I feel about brands. So I want you guys to know that I am.
Sean, keep telling me about this image here that we've got.
What you got it queued up?
No, not quite yet. I'm digging. I'm searching.
It's like a crab shooting laser beams at like another crab. Okay. It's a very I'm actually surprised you guys don't know this one. It's an image, and it's people used to use it when a brand commented on your shit on the internet. You would comment back with this image. It's like a crab. It's like a laser crab, and it's a guy, and it's going Silence Brand. Anyway, it's okay.
No, we got it.
You got it. Okay.
The people need to see this.
The people need to. So, if you guys don't know, this is a fucking. It's an incredible image. And this is what I did. Kalshi commented on my shit. And then I commented with this image. And that is why you can trust me. You can trust me because I am not bought and sold. I have no sponsors. My only sponsor is Mossad. That is my one sponsor. Oh, we got it. Beautiful. That's the image. It's if you're just listening, it's a crab with laser beams shooting out of its eyes, killing another crab. And usually it'll say silence brand. But that is how you should treat brands that comment on your shit. You know? There we go. Silence brand. She commented on my shit, and a lot of comics would have bent over for a little money. Not me. I commented silence brand because you want to know how I feel about brands that try to interact with my show? I go, shh, no. I will not. I refuse. I refuse to be funded by anyone other than BlackRock. I refuse to be funded. You know, and the ironic thing is I have the financial ability to not be sponsored because I am the empire. Like I'm already, my parents are landlords. Like the only reason I can avoid sponsorship is because I'm beyond sponsorship. I am the empire. So that's something I've been wrestling with. It's hard to be a white man right now. Well, if that was my take. Tough to be a white guy right now, guys. We're getting murdered in the streets. We are being shot in the streets. It's a bad time. No, I don't know, guys. It's been we have a lot to get to. So we have the ICE, the latest on ICE. I believe Don Lemon was arrested. A man was the second. It was Renee Good. There's another guy. Another guy got shot by ICE like 10 times. They like emptied a clip into his head. And then, you know, on a lighter note, we have a bunch of new Epstein files, which we're going to get into. So we have a ton to get to. So stay tuned. And we're also going to talk about just stuff that's going on. You know, there's a new iPhone update. That's probably the most important story. Do you guys have iPhones if you're listening? I have an iPhone, and I've never wanted to throw my iPhone into the ocean more. Like, I was gonna say something fucked up. Getting the new iPhone updates, it feels like I'm being assaulted. You ever just wake up and your iPhone is worse? Why is that what's going on now? Is like every day I wake up and everything's worse. I wake up, you know, it's cold. People are fascism is ascending in the US. And the worst part is I open my phone and it's dog shit. What is Tim Cook? Tim Cook, what are you doing? Everything on the iPhone is like this glassy texture now. It's all glassy. Ooh, I'm going to open an app and it's like a glassy, opaque. Ooh, it's opaque. Fuck you. Fuck you. I hate this like this redesign, everything, you know, it's like everything has to be reinvented. Everything has to be reinvented, recharged, and updated. It's like, guys, some things are just fine. The iPhone, how is Apple a $4 trillion company, and every time they update the iPhone, I have to update my Zoloft prescription. Every time they update iOS, I need a higher milligram Zoloft pill. That's how much it affects me. I'm on my phone 9 hours a day. This is the most important thing in my life. So look at this shit. I mean, it's like Steve Jobs. Look at these colors. I'm a straight man and I know those colors are bad. That's just not, what is that? That's horrible. Is this the iPhone 19? This is fucking terrible. White, orange, and navy blue? What? And there's 3 camera lenses? Come on. Can we fucking, you know what? Can we make this country great again? You want to know how we can make this country great again? We line up Tim Cook, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Alex Karp, Palantir CEO, which I will continue to talk about. We line them up against a wall, and we give them awards for being such great entrepreneurs. We give them awards. The award is a bullet in the head. The award is a bullet in the back of your neck. It's crazy. It's crazy that. So here's the thing. Here's where we're at in America, right? Here's where we're at in this country is that if you pull out your iPhone, you know what? Okay, all right. Let me cook on this. The iPhone is getting more difficult to use every day. Have you tried to open an app? It just doesn't work. I open up my phone. I can't even open the camera. You want to know why? It's so that it's harder to film ice. Think about it. Every time I open my phone, I try to do something on it. And the phone's like, I try to open the camera, and instead it opens this app where I self-deport. I'm like, that's not the app I was trying to open. You guys know that I saw an ad. I got an ad. I was on YouTube. And I got an ad, and there's an ad that Kristi Noem put together telling you, hey, if you're here illegally, we know. So download this app so you can self-deport. And I would be shocked if a single guy is downloading that app and self-deporting on an app. That's crazy. Can we find this ad? I kind of want to watch this ad. Because it's like, it's what they're doing, what they are trying to do is just, it's fucking crazy. I saw it. Wow, there we go. We're gonna watch this this ad I saw on YouTube, and it's crazy. There's an app. There's an app for that. You know, there's an app. You know that's what Apple was when Apple was good at marketing. There's an app for that. Hey, are you an illegal alien? There's an app for that. Did you come to this country illegally and you're just trying to make a living? Well, guess what? Or no, you know what it really is it's ICE. It's Apple advertising to ICE. And they're like, hey, ICE, are you trying to summarily execute your DoorDash drivers? That's what ICE is. Why? I don't know. You know, here's how we'll watch this in a sec, but let me just say this. If you really want to appeal to American sensibilities, you can't appeal to you can't appeal, if you make an appeal to humanity to Americans, they're gonna step on your neck. What you need to do, if you want to get Republicans to turn on ICE, what you need to do is you need to start telling them, hey, you realize that if ICE achieves their goal, then you're not going to be able to DoorDash Taco Bell anymore. ICE is trying to summarily execute your DoorDash driver. That's insane. I DoorDash all the time. I'm a horrible person. That's why I'm against ICE. There's a lot of reasons. But first and foremost, and fundamentally, I'm against ICE because if I have to go to Chipotle, I don't know what that's worse than fascism. That's worse. If you have to go to Chipotle and order a bowl it's embarrassing. So not only are they trying to, if you want to, so Kristi Noem tells illegal migrants to download the Home. Can you scroll down a little? What's the title of this? Home app and self-deport. All right, Chris. Hey, maybe she gives some good reasons. Let's watch this ad that I saw on YouTube.
An illegal alien from Guatemala charged with raping a child in Massachusetts. An MS-13 gang member from El Salvador accused of murdering a Texas man. A Venezuelan charged with filming and selling child pornography in Michigan.
Pause it.
These are just some of the CIA-funded operatives that we had in Venezuela to help kidnap and take Maduro. A serial child rapist, a drug dealer. These are just some of the people present at Mar-a-Lago last week. Hi, I'm Kristi Noem, a serial child rapist. A man that has an app that lets you generate AI child porn. Hi, I'm Kristi Noem. Download the Home app to download child porn featuring Elon. Thanks to Elon Musk, you can now download the Home app. I mean, fuck this bitch. Fuck you, Kristi Noem. You fucking dumb bitch. You know, it's fun when a woman is a fascist because you get to call her a bitch. I'm like a progressive. I'm like, oh, don't call women bitches. It's like misogynistic, but it's not misogynistic to call Kristi Noem a bitch because she's actually not human. She's a subhuman piece of trash. And she also she looks pretty good out there actually, but let's keep watching.
Heinous migrant criminals caught because of President Donald J. Trump's leadership. I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Under President Trump, attempted illegal border crossings are at the lowest levels ever recorded, and over 100,000 illegal aliens have been arrested. If you are here illegally, you're next. You will be fined nearly $1,000 a day, imprisoned, and deported. You will never return. But if you register using our CBP Home app and leave now, you could be allowed to return legally. Do what's right. Leave now. Under President Trump, America's laws, border, and families will be protected.
Wow. That felt like a Call of Duty. They edited that like
Guatemala,
you know those unskippable. You ever play Call of Duty and there were those unskippable cutscenes in the Call of Duty career mode. That's what that felt like. It was like I don't know of anyone who's downloading the Home app. I don't know if anyone this should be the target audience for that. Who are you scaring? If I'm here illegally, I'm using air quotes, I'm not going to download the Home app. I'm not. I'm going to download Netflix. I'm going to download some other apps. I'm not going to download the self-deport app.
Couldn't you also just leave without outing yourself?
Well, no, because then the app is so that they can use your location data to kill you. That's the reason. That's the real reason for the app. See, the thing is, they go download the app to self-deport. It's like, can't you just drive to Mexico? It's like, no. We want you to go to CCOT. The app. See, if you just drive to Mexico and self-deport like that, we're not going to be able to fill CCOT, which is obviously what we want to do. CCOT, if you don't know, is a type of smoothie that Jamba Juice is selling. It's a terrorist. The thing is, it's like honestly, I'm not a journalist, but I would love to go to CCOT and I would love to see like, hey, like I speak some Spanish, but like, hey, like imagine going to the US from Mexico and then you get deported to an El Salvadorian prison. I mean, it's the world is a stage, ladies and gentlemen. The world is a stage, and there's many people doing a lot of different things because they are bored. This is people that are bored, and a lot of ICE agents. I think a lot of ICE agents truly just don't have a lot of people that are interested in becoming ICE agents. I think it's just because the economy's bad. When the economy's bad, I think a lot of guys are just like, I guess I'll just fucking kill people. I can't get it. And it's like, you guys just, my message, if you're on the verge of like becoming an ICE agent, fascist scumbag, DM me and I'll help you work on your resume. Like you can get that job at Burger King. You can get that job. You can be, what if I told you that you could be a GM at Sonic if you just touched up your resume a little bit? Okay, you don't have to get a job. You don't have to take a $50,000 signing bonus, to go to Minneapolis and, detain 5-year-olds. They're detaining 5-year-olds, and you guys see that story? I mean, the news moves so fast. It's so hard to keep up. It's so hard to fit the entire week into an hour, which is why you should go to the Sean Show Patreon. Patreon.com/Sean's Show. We're going to do more. But there's just, it's impossible to fit it all in. It really is. It goes so fast.
Do you want some of the stats on this
Yes.
DHS app?
Yeah, I didn't even know there were stats.
I mean, it kind of feels like analytics, they're trying to boost their numbers.
Let's take a look. So these are the stats on the Department of Homeland Security's self-deport app. Listen to this. DHS website traffic surges 68% as thousands use Trump's self-deportation app for voluntary departure. Is this Fox News?
This is Fox News.
I love it. I love it. We trust Fox News. CBP Home app offers $1,000 stipend and travel assistance to illegal migrants who voluntarily leave to El Salvador, the jail in El Salvador. Guys, I have great news. Hey, you don't want to risk staying here and getting murdered by ICE. What I recommend for you, on behalf of Kristi Noem, I listen to Kristi Noem. Kristi Noem is telling you, if you download the CBP Home app right now, you get $1,000 stipend, and we will fly you directly to Gitmo. We will fly you here. Look, that's what they're doing. They're going, hey, I'm Kristi Noem. You've seen what's happened in Minneapolis. We're coming to every American city. So get out while you can, and we'll actually cash app you $1,000. We'll cash app you $1,000, and then we'll put you on a Greyhound bus, and we'll send that Greyhound bus directly into the Gulf of America, bitch. You can download the CBP Home app right now, and we will give you $1,000. Put you on a plane, and then push you into the Gulf of America with your child taped to your ankles. And that is our offer to you. Or you can take your chances with ICE. Voluntarily, hey, you know what? As a U.S. citizen, I'm about to download the CBP Home app and self-deport. I am an heir. I'm a property owning heir, white man, straight white man in New York in finance. And I'm going to self-deport. That's how bad this country is. I've said this forever. And, I tell everyone in my life, and I regret saying it because I was right. But I said this. I said, well, actually, we're not there technically. But what I've said for a few months now is that the moment that they start executing white men in suits in the street is when it's time to leave. Now, they shot a white man, Alex Peretti, but he was not wearing a suit. So we're okay. We're all good for now. We're all good. We're all good, you guys. They killed a white guy, but he was a nurse. So the moment that they shoot a white man in a suit in Manhattan in the back of the head 5 or 6 times, that is the time to leave, because that means that they will kill anyone. And I'm obviously joking, but it's insane. And I've covered this last week too, or a few weeks ago, but we really owe a massive apology to First Amendment auditors. First Amendment auditors are some of the most annoying fucking people on the planet. These guys, they go, they have like 8 cameras on their bodies, and they go into like they have like 8 cameras on their body, and they walk around and they go into police stations, and they just record the secretary like working, and they just stand there with like 8 fucking cameras. And then naturally the secretary, she's like, "Can I help you? You can't film in here." And then he goes, "I'm about to ruin your entire life, cunt. Bitch, excuse me, sir, you can't film in here. Look at the sign." And he goes, "Does that sign supersede the U.S. Constitution? Does that sign trump the U.S. Constitution, ma'am?" And he goes, she goes, "I don't know what to tell you. You can't film in here. I'm going to have to call my supervisor." And he goes, "Oh, you do that. I'm going to own you." You can't, but the thing is, they're annoying, but they made a point. And the point that they were trying to make is that we should be able to film law enforcement in the course of their duties. Okay? We should be able to film ICE, law enforcement, in the course of their duties. It's one of the parts of the First Amendment, right? It's called freedom of using your iPhone. They wrote that. The Founding Fathers wrote that in 19, whatever the fuck, however old this fucking country is. It's over soon. It doesn't matter how old the country, they call it, you want to know why they call it the American experiment? Because it's fucking over soon. Because experiments end. what's the next chapter in the American experiment? It's if experiments are fleeting. Experiments are like sand that fall through your fingers, okay? We are an experiment. The reason they call it the American experiment is because it's a test, and we failed. Experiments are a test, and that we are failing the test. And it was an open book test, by the way. But, the idea that like so as far as I know, the story with Alex Peretti, I believe he kicked in a tail light before he got killed. I think that's as far as I know, is that he kicked in a tail light on one of the ICE vehicles before they put 9 or 10 9mm bullets into his cerebral cortex. Now, I don't know about you guys. I'm a big car guy. If you kick in my tail light, I'm gonna get out my buckshot. Okay. If you put a finger, some guys are so into cars. I'm like, what's your problem? They go like, if you get a smudge on my Corvette, on my 1965 Corvette, I'll torture you forever. I'm like, let's relax. Okay, can you scroll up here? So here's some added context. That's perfect. New videos show Alex Peretti's scuffle with federal officers in Minneapolis 11 days before. Can we watch this video? This is a new video that surfaced. It's AI. I'm kidding. This is a real video. Can you wait before we watch it? The thing is, here's what the Trump administration is not above. The Trump administration is not above using AI videos to push propaganda. So I wouldn't be surprised if like we're gonna get AI videos. Like we'll get to the Epstein files, but I would be surprised if the Trump admin, they come out and they're like, we have a new AI video of Miss Rachel in a Hamas camp in Gaza. We have a new. God, that's literally we are hours away from the White House posting a TikTok video on the White House TikTok where it's like we have a new video that just surfaced of Miss Rachel firing a bazooka at Tel Aviv. A new video recently surfaced of Bill Clinton and Miss Rachel having an occult orgy on a pool of blood. But we do have a new video. It's Alex Peretti getting in a scuffle. They call it a scuffle. Let's take a look. So we see some people running around. It's cold. There's lots of snow, cursing. Don't you? So I don't know. Is that? It's these videos. Okay, pause it. Honestly, can we start recording in horizontal, please? Hey, from now on, just a quick PSA to all the protesters. Please start recording the rise of fascism in America in a horizontal format, please. I'm begging as a viewer of the ascendance of fascism in the United States, please stop recording in vertical. Please stop recording in vertical format. I'm begging you. I'm begging you to record in 16:9, 30 FPS, 4K. Higher if you have. I think the new Google Pixel can go to 6K. Can you please record fascism in 6K? Because I can't make anything out. You're recording in vertical. What are we doing here? Vertical video? Come on. I don't know. The point is, look, I don't care if Alex Peretti fucking pissed on a car or, I'm not going to state the obvious. I will. Vandalizing a vehicle does not give ICE what's called pretext to unload a clip. You ever notice with these, with Renee Good and with Alex Peretti, you ever notice that it's not, the ICE agents don't do 1 or 2 shots to defend themselves? You ever notice that they're shooting these people like they're black. Okay, that was bad. But I'm serious. They're empty. ICE is acting like the NYPD in the 80s, or like fucking LAPD. They're literally acting That was fucked up. All right, let's try to reset. That was I'm sorry, guys. But I'm serious. It's like if you have someone come at if you are afraid for your life, I'm giving them way too much. I'm being way too charitable here. But let's just say that, imagine you're one of those 6 guys that was like holding Alex Peretti down. And let's say Alex Peretti did have a gun, okay? Which I believe he did. It was a concealed carry. He was CCW. I'm autistic. Leave it to Sean. I will save everyone. I'm so autistic. I know what CCW is, and I'm a liberal. Okay, I'm the only white guy. I'm the only white guy that can save the world. I know what CCW means. Concealed carry something. Whatever. So Alex Peretti, he was CCW, and I believe, according to the reports, he had a gun in his back waistband, and I believe they detained him. The crazy thing, he was detained. They saw the gun, and they all freaked out because they saw he had a gun in his back waistband, right? And then they fucking murdered this guy, and I don't know what more evidence you need. I don't know what more evidence do you need that these guys are a bunch of fucking pussies. These guys are a bunch of fucking pussies. They're pussies. They see a guy with a gun in his back waistband and he's like, wrestling around a little bit. I'm like, get another job. Can you get another job? Get another job. If you can't handle a guy having a gun in his back waistband, it's 6-on-1. It's just not, and then you fucking, I don't know. I get that they were mad about the taillight. I get that. Hey, if you're mad about the taillight, maybe he does deserve to die. Is that kind of the thinking? Is the thinking that he kicked in the taillight of the vehicle, of the SUV that you don't even own, you kicked in the taillight, and so you go, all right, well, I guess his life has to end, because he was filming. I guess you can't film ICE. You can't film them because that's actually you can't film them because that's actually a national security risk. I like that excuse. I'm going to start using that excuse in my personal life. I'm going to start using it when my landlord goes, "Hey Sean, you're 2 weeks late on rent. What gives?" I'm like, it's a national security issue. You really, I swear to God, if you ask me about my rent one more time, you're going to have a lot of problems. Or my girlfriend, she'll be like, "I don't feel emotionally connected to you." I'm like, "This is you're stepping into national security waters. You're wading into waters that you shouldn't be wading into." She goes, "The therapy's not helping." I'm like, "National security. Are you a top secret clearance?" Before you ask another question about my emotions, are you TSSCI? Are you top secret SCI? No? Okay. Guys, unfortunately for the United States, convicting a pedophile is actually a national security risk. It's actually a national security risk if we have a president that's not a pedophile. It's a risk to our nation's security if the president has not raped and killed and buried children on his golf course, which is our next story to lighten the Let's lighten up, okay? That's enough about fascism. Let's move on to something a little lighter and a little easier to talk about, which is the fact that the president is a serial child rapist. What's the word? Serial killer rapist? Child. But he's got charisma. Hey guys, hey. But he's funny. Fuck you. That's how I mean, if you really want the truth, the United States, we deserve to fail. Our country deserves to fail, okay? Because we fell for a guy who's a serial child rapist killer, and we still like him. Half the country still likes him because they're like, well, he's funny. At that point, it's like, what are we? They're like, it doesn't matter. No matter what information comes out about the Epstein files involving Trump anymore, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter because those people will always just have the excuse that he's hilarious, which he is. Unfortunately, Trump is hilarious. And they'll always say that. You could have a video of Trump shooting a little boy in the head, and they'd be like, yeah, but he's fucking funny. Did you see him in the Hillary Clinton debate? He owned her. He owned Hillary. He totally owned Hillary Clinton. Okay, yeah, he did. He did. All right, but that's all right. This is the Wall Street Journal. So we have this is like 2 hours ago. See, that's why you can't strike. Because if we did this episode tomorrow, then we wouldn't, it'd be too late. That's why you can't strike. I love that you know what? They released it on National Strike Day. That's actually bad. They released it on the day that no one's working. No one's working today, and everyone has like all day to read through the new Epstein files. Guys, there's 3 million new pages. 3 million. How many kids did this guy rape? 3 million pages? How many emails can one man send in a lifetime? Like, honestly, I feel like Jeffrey Epstein is innocent. There's no way he raped anyone because he was just sending emails all day. How do you, unless he was raping the kids and emailing at the same time? Guys, 3 million pages. You know how much a million pages is? 3 million. A million pages of I mean, in thousands of videos. I'm literally in the media industry and I've never made 1,000 videos. I don't think I've made 1,000 videos. So this is as of a few hours ago. There was a new they call it a tranche, by the way. They call it a tranche, like it's a financial transaction. I don't like that they called it. You know what is very weird about this is that the release of the Epstein files, it's kind of like sugar. It's like the language around it is all big law. You guys know big law. Big law is like, big law, it's corporate law, right? It's very like sleek and clean and professional and Microsoft Teams meetings. That is kind of weird that like the FBI has Microsoft Teams meetings about Jeffrey Epstein. They're on Microsoft Teams like, hey, like, should we sync at 10 a.m. to talk about the island? Oh, no, I can't. I got to drive my kid to soccer practice. Okay. How about 10:30? 10:30? Oh, yeah. Hey guys, can we have cameras on while we talk about Epstein? Hey guys, cameras on. Hey guys, that's how they're. I mean, that's how this is happening. Is you have like a bunch of lawyers and the FBI and the DOJ, and they have these Microsoft Teams meetings, and they're going through millions of pages of a serial child trafficker, and there's definitely a guy on that Microsoft Teams meeting that's like, hey, I don't mean to be that guy, but like, can we do cameras on? Can we do cameras on, please? God, I hate Microsoft Teams. Microsoft Teams makes me want to run at ICE agents with a knife. Like, I want to do suicide by ICE. I literally, being on a Microsoft Teams meeting, it's probably one of the worst experiences that you can have as a human. You ever be on you guys ever go on Microsoft Teams and you want to like do a terrorism? Like, I want to do terrorism. I'm like, whenever I'm on Microsoft Teams, I'm like, Osama bin Laden was right. Osama bin Laden was right. We did deserve 9/11. We deserve that. We are the empire that created Microsoft Teams. We deserve 9/11 every so often to be like, hey, you guys got to relax with this capitalism shit. You're kind of killing the vibe. So we have 3 million new pages of files. Latest disclosures follow an extensive review of documents, images, and videos associated with the federal investigation into Epstein and his death. This is from the Wall Street Journal. Todd Blanche has let's take a look at this and see some context.
1,000 images. Today we are producing more than 3 million pages including more than 2,000 videos and 180,000 images.
Stop.
In total, that means that the department produced
180,000 images? 180,000 images. How many videos was it? Over thousands of videos. In I gotta emphasize, 3 million pages. How many people do you need to look through 3 million pages? How much, and can we also talk about this? Can we also talk about think about the trees. Think about the number of trees that needed to be cut down to print out this horrific evidence. Let's keep going though.
produced approximately 3.5 million pages in compliance with the Act. Just a quick note about the videos and images. The 2,000 videos and 180,000 images are not all videos and images taken by Mr. Epstein or someone around him. President Trump has said for years what I think everybody will find to be exactly true, which is
that
detailing his relationship and lack thereof with Mr. Epstein and what he thought about Mr. Epstein. And notwithstanding what the department has been saying for a very long time, we're still where we are today.
Can you assure the American public that President Trump, like every other prominent person whose name came up in relation to the Epstein files, that all documents, photos, and anything relevant to him connected to the case are being released?
I mean, yes, I can assure that we complied with the statute, we complied with the act, and there is no, we did not protect President Trump, we didn't protect or not protect anybody.
We did not. So guys, good news. The DOJ is not protecting President Trump. He's not being protected. Did Donald Trump have a gun to my head while I redacted the files? Yes, he did. But that doesn't mean I'm protecting him, okay? Did he rape all those kids? Yes. But that doesn't mean can we go to that other link? There's a link to some of the highlights from yes, it's right here. So what's crazy about it is this is a breaking news story, so we're still learning more, but I believe the DOJ published some new evidence and then it was deleted. But it was saved by, some media organizations. And so I want to read some of these highlights because some of the this gets worse and worse. Some of this shit, guys, I will say this about the new tranche. It's like a French food. About the new tranche of Epstein files that got released. I will say this. I was a middle school kid with access to LiveLeak. I've seen cartel beheadings, okay? When I was 12. Is that crazy? I hope I'm not alone in that. I was a young boy with an eye touch. Remember middle school when you had an eye touch and you could go on LiveLeak and watch the cartel behead someone in the jungle and you were like 12? Was I the only one that watched cartel beheadings on my eye touch? I didn't go looking for them until I saw the first one. Then I was like, I gotta watch all of the. You ever go on? Remember when you were like 14 and you were on your iPad watching ISIS cut people's heads off in the desert in 4K? Hey, if ISIS can record in 4K, we can record ICE in 4K. Stop recording ICE in vertical formats, please. You're letting them win. If you record ICE in a vertical format, you are letting them win. Turn that phone, turn the country around. Turn that phone horizontal, turn the country around. You understand? So this was a photo from the Justice Department. Page not found. So you know what I love? I was actually reading the new whenever they release stuff, here's what is funny. Whenever the news talks about the newest round of Epstein files, they always say this. Appearance in the Epstein files is not indicative of guilt. Now, I'm going to have to push back on that. I think it's high time. All of these, even the leftist media organizations that hate Trump, they're like, hey guys, just so you know, here's the Epstein files.
here's what the media is doing. They go, hey, we have a new piece of evidence. Hey, by the way, this is the American media. They go, by the way, the DOJ, they gave us evidence, and then they removed the evidence and they murdered the guy that gave it to us. But we have it. We have it. Here's some evidence from the Epstein files. It's an email between Bill Gates and Jeffrey Epstein, where Jeffrey Epstein talks about Bill Gates getting chlamydia from a Russian child. But just so you know, just because Bill Gates' name is in the Epstein files doesn't mean that he's guilty. So just so you know, being in the Epstein files isn't indicative of innocence or guilt. That being said, here's an email where Jeffrey Epstein says that Bill Gates tried to give Melinda Gates antibiotics, unbeknownst to her, to cure Melinda of an STD that Bill Gates allegedly got from a Russian. Bill Gates is innocent. He's innocent. You understand that Bill Gates is, just because Jeffrey Epstein and Bill Gates hung out a lot on his island and exchanged emails. And by the way, here's an email where Bill Gates talks about, where Jeffrey Epstein talks about Bill Gates. That doesn't mean that he's a good guy. He started, Microsoft. He started Microsoft. I'm actually so glad that Bill Gates is getting his comeuppance, because he is, in essence, the guy that started Microsoft Teams. In a roundabout way, this all connects. The man, if you create Microsoft Teams, you reap what you sow. If you sow discord and you create malevolence and you create products like Microsoft Teams, okay, and Microsoft Vista. If you create Microsoft Vista, you deserve to burn in hell for eternity. Hellfire and anguish. Is Vista? Windows Vista, I'm sorry. If you listen to this. We will get to the story. But I just want to focus on Bill Gates. Bill Gates made Windows Vista. So he deserves everything that's coming to him in the Epstein files. If you make Windows Vista, you don't just deserve to go to jail for the rest of your life. You deserve to be anally raped by the devil for eternity. Because that is what you've done to the world. When you push Windows Vista onto the world, Bill Gates is the Antichrist. Peter Thiel talks all the time about the Antichrist. Bill Gates is the Antichrist. Making Windows Vista is literally like the Holocaust. It's almost as bad as a Holocaust. You're creating a Holocaust of the mind. You understand? Have you guys... I'm like turning into a boomer. Remember Windows Vista? That's what's coming, by the way. What's coming nowadays is like, I'm almost 30. I'm like, y'all weren't around for Windows Vista. Y'all weren't around for when y'all weren't around. That's what I'm gonna tell my kids. Y'all don't even know what it was like to have an iTouch and watch cartel beheadings. Shut up, Grandpa. When I was your age, I had an iPad and I watched cartel beheadings. Shut up, Grandpa. Put your VR goggles back on. No. Put your VR goggles back on, Grandpa, and shut the... Hey, and then I go, when I was your age, I had an iTouch and I watched the cartel behead people. And then they flip a switch and my Neuralink fucking turns my head off. Shut up, Grandpa. Shut up, Grandpa. And then, I'm going to get the chip. Are you guys going to get the chip? I'm getting the chip. I'm getting the chip from... The moment that Elon Musk offers the chip, I'm getting it immediately. I'm done with you fucking people. I'm done. I don't care if Elon Musk just sends ads into my brain all day for Grok. I don't care. I'm getting the chip because all of my heroes turned out to be pedophiles. Sometimes, you know what we need? We need like a Lifetime Hallmark movie about what's going on in the country right now, where it's like, there's like a young, the movie starts with like a young kid, and he's really bright and wide-eyed about the future. And he's like, oh boy, like I can't wait. Like I love people, and he has a love interest, and he goes through these experiences, and by the end of the movie, he's like an old man, and he's like, sometimes you just have to learn that all your heroes are actually they fuck kids. Sometimes your heroes turn out to sometimes how are we going to explain this? I'm so glad I don't have kids, because how would I explain what's going on to a child? Hey, the president? Yeah. So sometimes people in the government, they get together and they have a how do I explain this? Have you heard of Little St. James? No. Well, Little St. James was an island. You like islands, right? Yeah. So there was an island where a lot of the politicians, the people in power, the big, the president. I love the president. Well, sometimes the president, he needs to have sex with children. How old are you, Timmy? I'm 12. Yeah, you'd be the right age. Sometimes Donald Trump, this is really hard to explain. Have you heard of adrenochrome? I don't even know how to explain it. But, okay, so the story is, this is from the latest tranche. Jeffrey Epstein claimed, heavy on the word claimed, heavy on the word claimed, allegedly, it's all alleged. We have 3 million pages, and this is what they're saying. We have 3 million pages of alleged crimes. They're alleged. 3 million pages of alleged crimes. Epstein claims Bill Gates caught an STD from, quote, sex with Russian girls in the latest files released by the DOJ. Fuck, that's crazy. There's is this a photo of them?
Yeah, that's the two.
Is this AI? This is AI. Sorry, guys. That's AI. Let's zoom. Can we zoom in on that photo? Can we punch in on our friends here? Tranche. They love the word tranche. Stop using the word tranche. Sounds like trench. Sounds like a fucking soup. So you have Bill Gates hanging out with Jeff. I mean, the thing is, how do you look? Just because Bill Gates hung out with Jeffrey Epstein all the time and is in the Epstein files and is named in the Epstein files millions of times doesn't mean that he's guilty of anything. Sometimes you end up in the Epstein files. Hell, my name's in the Epstein files. And you guys like me. I'm not guilty. I'm in the Epstein files as a victim. They redacted my name. So I don't know. So Bill Gates is in, it's really hard. It's really hard to process all of this, because I think that people don't, it's, as more evidence comes out, everything expands and it becomes too big for us to comprehend. It becomes, because it's like, if it's actually true that Jeffrey Epstein and Bill Gates and all of these people at the top, if they're all involved in this like child sex trafficking ring, this global network of child sex trafficking / blackmail, it's like, does that mean I have to sell my Microsoft stock? Does that mean I have to unload my stock? Or can I in good conscience make money off Microsoft if Bill Gates was a pedophile? These are all things that I worry about. But let's get, so there's another link in there, Connor. Some of the most, truly, almost, I'm going to read it, but it's going to be really hard. There's another link in there with, some of like the highlights, I think, from Midas Tut. Oh, here we go. All right. Trigger warning. I never do this. I'm a Brooklyn liberal. Trigger warning. I've never said that on the show, but I'm going to say it now. Trigger warning, because this shit is, I almost don't even want to do it because it's that fucking disgusting, but we should, because You know, I'm not a comedian. I'm a journalist. Before anything, I'm a journalist. Okay. So by the way, this is all stuff that was like deleted. It was like released and then it was deleted. So some people are saying, oh, well, someone went rogue in the DOJ and like released all this stuff and then they like clawed it back. So this shit, I mean, it literally gets crazier every week. You know? How many more files are there? It's how many more files can there be? You know what I'm saying? 3 million? But let's scroll down. Some of these complaints are wild. And it goes beyond like what you've heard before. It wades into the occult waters. So here we go. I'll do one and then we probably will have to stop because all of them are crazy. Just scroll down to like the yellow. Okay. All right. Don't worry, guys. Fascism's coming, but on the bright side, here's some interesting stuff about the president that we're going to learn about. Could you zoom in a little more? I can't really read that. My eyes are bleeding. Nice, and there we go. Okay, so this is as of like a few hours ago. This is real. Maybe punch out a little bit. So I know it's hard to... Okay, here we go. That's good. That's great. Okay. All right. By the way, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just reading, just so you know. Hey, fucktards listening. I'm not doing this stuff. I'm reading about it. So don't get mad at me. Redacted. This is from the new Epstein files. Redacted reported an unidentified female friend who was forced to perform oral sex on President Trump approximately 35 years ago in New Jersey. The friend told Alexis that she was approximately 13 to 14 years old when this occurred. And the friend allegedly bit President Trump while performing oral sex. The friend was allegedly hit in the face after she laughed about biting President Trump. The friend said she was also abused by Epstein. Spoke with caller who identified blank's friend. Lead was sent to Washington office to conduct interview. Now, and there's more information. And the most important information is actually blacked out. Let's scroll down. By the way, that bitch is probably lying. Let's keep going. I'm here to defend Trump. At age 16, while modeling, caller attended 8 parties at Epstein's New York residence. On one occasion, caller reported she was sexually assaulted by Epstein. On another occasion, 2 twin brothers, Alan and Orrin, lured caller and her friend upstairs, but they escaped back downstairs. Caller stated Orrin rates her best friend and a third brother tall. Scroll down slightly tall. Rates a 14-year-old girl named Blank. Caller named other individuals involved in big orgy parties and her other young girls and older Victoria's Secret models, including Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. Now, and that's page 1 of 3 million. That's page 1 of 3 million. Now, I will, it's getting harder and harder to defend Trump. It's getting harder and harder. God help you. If you ever have 3 million pages of evidence against you, God help you. God help you. I mean, I was there was this other alleged Epstein victim named Sasha Riley, who's actually my long lost brother. Kidding. There's this other Epstein victim, and some of this stuff is so crazy where they're like,
they're saying that they're like raping and killing these kids. This isn't funny. We should move on. And I don't know, you guys. I guess I just had to talk about this because it just came out, but I really is this really that, like, we get it. I think we get it. Honestly, stop. Everyone's saying release the Epstein files. Just stop. After I read all this shit, and I'm like, I read all this shit about the latest Epstein files. I read them. Stop releasing the Epstein files. I literally cannot take it anymore. Just stop. Stop. Please, I'm literally begging you. Please distract me. Stop releasing Hey, everyone. Media, DOJ. Hey, DOJ. Stop releasing Epstein files. Please stop. I'm scared. I'm scared, and I want my mommy. I read the latest Epstein files. Stop. Please distract me. Please just show me another season of Love is Blind. Can we get another season of Love is Blind? I don't want to read this anymore. I'm scared. I'm scared that the president is an occult worshiping satanic serial child rapist and murderer. And he's kidnapped the Venezuelan president, who I actually adored. So I don't know, guys. I'm over it. I'm hopeless.
There might have been a distraction out there. Did you see the Melania documentary?
I did hear about that.
Did you? No one bought tickets.
No one bought. So it was at the Kennedy Center.
No, it was everywhere.
It was everywhere.
There were so many stories coming out of no one buying tickets. Full theaters empty.
Wow.
They tried to get the distraction out there.
Wow. Well, it looks like I know what I'm doing tonight, because I'm seeing the Melania talk. So, I mean, that was the big thing. We got ICE, we got Epstein. What else did I have on my list, Connor?
What else do we have?
We have other shit to talk about, right? I hope so.
We got the...
Don Lemon was kidnapped.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Don Lemon... Sorry, I'm sorry, guys. I had to check my phone to see if I have a fucking work call. Sometimes I have to go on Microsoft Teams. So, we'll wrap it up with this. So, Don Lemon, who used to work for CNN, was, this is actually funny. Okay, thank fucking God. This has been the most depressing episode ever made. So, Don Lemon was at a church protest, but the kicker is this. What kind of church was it? May you be asking? Mr. Riley, what kind of church was it? It's the kind of church where the priest was an ICE agent. And I think that's fucking great. Scroll down. This is fucking hilarious. Let's see here. The arrest of Mr. Lemon, a second journalist, and two protesters came a little more than a week after the, let's see. Can you look for the, oh, that's beautiful. Could you Control F for the priest? Because I think that's very funny. There's a very funny detail in this story that we have to get to, which is that the church's priest was also an ICE agent. Okay. All right. Thank fucking God. Okay. Something funny. Okay. So here we go. Ready? This is crazy. So Don Lemon was arrested because I believe he was doing journalism. That's bad. That's illegal now. I'm sorry. Hey guys, just so you know, journalism's actually a crime now. Just so you know, FYI, don't do it. Don't do it. You better know it. Hey, are you doing journalism? Yeah. You better fucking stop it. You know, journalism is, I hate journalists. They're arrogant. And I'm kind of, okay, that's bad. All right. Okay, so here's the story. Here's the rub. Don Lemon was at a church. He's currently in custody. Okay. He was at a church reporting on a protest happening at this church. And what makes this story interesting? Listen to this. The protesters interrupted a service at the church where an immigration and customs enforcement, ICE, official serves as a pastor. Let me read that again. There were protesters at a church, and there was an ICE agent that was a pastor. That is an insane sentence. I mean, just imagine. I mean, you know, what'd be really funny is like if it was if he was like a really passionate pastor, like he's like a mega church ICE pastor, and then God said, "Send the Venezuelans to El Salvador." He was on the rock. He's like a Bible. I mean, an ICE agent being a pastor is fucking hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. I'm sorry. And God said that when he goes for your gun, you will empty your clip. That's the fifth commandment. That is God's fifth commandment. The book of David, 28:25. The book of Hitler, passage 1488, says you can empty your clip into a civilian if he kicks your taillight in. That is the word of the Lord. Amen. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? Yo, send those immigrants back to hell where they came from. Can I get an amen? It's like a black ICE pastor. It's like they're doing songs. They're singing songs. Hey, I see. This is where I don't know any religious songs. They go, Jesus said, Jesus told me send the Venezuelans, fuck. I'm not a good singer. Jesus told me to send the Venezuelans to El Salvador. If there's one. This is what that ICE agent was doing when he was doing his service at this church as a pastor. He was going, if there's one thing that I want you guys to take away from this sermon, it's that Jesus taught us that Venezuelan immigrants should be shot in the back of the head. Amen. Amen. And they go, please, peace be with you. Fuck church and fuck you if you go to church. Okay. Fuck church. Fuck you. Fuck ICE. And honestly, it's you know, this is only going to make Don Lemon more powerful, which I don't even know if we really want because I find him annoying. But I am sad he got arrested. You know, when history tells us that we are not going to a good place, we're going to a bad place. Now, what I would recommend for you personally is maybe it is time to invest in Bitcoin. Have you ever thought about buying Bitcoin? You know, it's actually well known that ICE is not allowed to shoot at you if you own Bitcoin. Did you guys know that if ICE tries to shoot you and you own Bitcoin, Bitcoin actually creates a force field around you and the bullets get reflected back onto ICE? So that's just so you know. The only way out of this is to buy gold and buy Bitcoin. The only way out of fascism is owning gold. We are sponsored by BlackRock's gold ETF. So please check out that ETF if you want to generate wealth in times of economic challenging economic. That's how everyone. That's what everyone said. That's how everyone that's causing the economic challenges talk about it as if it's not their fault. They go, guys. Hi, I'm Jamie Dimon. I'm the CEO of JP Morgan, and I've created challenging economic times, and they are ahead. I'm the CEO of JP Morgan. There are challenging economic times ahead caused by me, just so you know. I'm causing challenging economic times. Me and my friends, hey guys, me and my friends, just so you know, we were all talking, and we're thinking of crashing the economy soon, just so you know. Just so you know, I would buy gold. Because we're thinking of crashing the economy again. Just want to let you know. So Don Lemon's in jail. Don Lemon is in jail, and we're all just supposed to be sad, I guess. Don Lemon's in jail, and we're all very sad. I mean, if they arrest journalists and they kill white guys, I mean, I don't know. Your only hope in the world is to subscribe to my Patreon. Your only hope in this world is to go to patreon.com/Sean Show and give me $5. That's really all you can do at this point. If you're feeling hopeless, what I want you to know is that you can always subscribe to my show on YouTube and like the video. If you're feeling powerless, there's little things that you can do, okay? You can film ice in horizontal. And you can like this episode on whatever platform you're watching it on or listening. And, you know, I guess my final thought here is that they're not all great. All my episodes are not all 10 out of 10. I hope you had fun with this one. It's kind of hard to make serial rape funny, you motherfuckers. So I did my best. Thank you for listening. We are on strike. We are on strike today, but we are working. We are working. We are on strike, and we are living despite the horrors. So go out there and live your life despite the horrors, and leave a comment and let me know who your favorite pedophile is. All right, bye.